because when I went to Symantec and I spoke to them about it, and their CISO goes, yeah, it's so complicated that we only have 3 rules using. I said, so your own dog food, it is so complicated, but it can be done. That's where the solving the problem is. Can I do this? And that's why I think Don was saying, in a manner where you can still have secondary control, but make it so simple from a UI perspective, that, and it fills that gap of protection and further redistribution. Now you've got something that is so unique, and buddy, you don't have to make 150, you'll be $150 million doing that. Don't worry about anything.
What I would offer to you is
A
that,
market wants to make more.
let me take the contrarian approach, okay? You guys are talking, and I do appreciate that, because you're talking as though these were exclusive things, right? That you do one approach or the other. We have the only technology. These enciphered files, right, irrespective of how you think they got there, or what you think of them, can coexist with any other technology out there. Put it in a DR.
No, I'm not saying that. No. All I'm saying is that you've got something good enough. I said great, probably. But even as it appears, it's got to come out as, so the problem is implementing DLP and crypto and a CA, certificate of authority. These are difficult things, take money, take time, take a lot of resources. Because of the insider threat and all, people are going to do that. Where you can be disruptive and go in and say, no CA required. Don't have to spend a DLP and put a team of professional 10 people there sitting managing. I can get this thing done. Let me show you how it is. And it's protected between 2 parties. No, just that pitch and you demonstrate it. I would say like you're.
And we need to make, that's what we're trying to do, but one of the things I need to emphasize out of that is what we're trying to do is transfer this problem domain to the motivated owner. We're trying to say, look,
yes,
the guy in the IT department, he doesn't want to do all these rules and stuff. But if it's my song and I'm in a garage band, I might maybe be motivated to do all kinds of cool stuff, right?
We were all in agreement there.
So now I think it comes down to which markets do you want to go after.
I'm gonna say, I feel like I don't feel right.
I don't know. I mean, the music and the film industry is easy for me because
That's what
and digital content is very easy. So I mean my business partner Joe Newlight, when we own a hydropower plant together, he owns the largest company in Hollywood that digitizes video media that basically gets licensed to everybody. And I'm sure his company would love this stuff. We can look at all of those things. I'm actually interested in having you two fully understand this enough to know how to guide us in the next step so we can create what's the lowest hanging fruit, figure out the best opportunities, how to structure deals so that we can figure out business plans. It's still a lot of this is over my head. The only question I have is if I send out a song to somebody, can I eliminate the buyer's use of that or limit their use of that to transfer?
We have an entire.
Can we destroy it on our whim? Can we eliminate it on our system on our whim?
And those are the kind of things that I want to get copies of.
That's exactly what he was asking.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said. Like, because that's huge. You know how
Yeah.
I can buy a downloaded song now. Once I have it, I can send it to the world. But what if you said that's only for Mark DeCarlo?
Right.
That's huge.
If you'll look at, can you put up
Should
the,
you have 5 seconds, should you accept this?
go to my. You guys don't want to see any more of this because.
Yeah, I think I'm good with that.
Okay.
I want to work. Yes.
Yeah, we'll get you something you can play with.
I want the 3 of us
We
because,
didn't get to
and I
the
want to see
people-
how easy it is, and there's a bunch of things.
Well, speak easy, can we go, let's just at least go through, can we close this off and show how easy it is to send email once you've got one of those things? Okay, go ahead and say close there. Okay, and now it's sending, and let me show you what happens here. When it's received, okay, it received, say okay to that, thank you. So now when that's another thing. We're gonna go to the receiving, when we receive the email, and I think we sent it to Scott Beaver at Outlook account, so I think we sent it to. Is it there?
I think that's
Okay. Click, double click on it. Okay, you did. Okay. Give it a second here. Get some patience. Okay. Just say ignore. Something timed out here. We have some predictions. Okay, let's just reboot it and let's just go and just look at that email so they can see when it was received, what the effect is, and then we just send, I wanted to send an email with the automated thing to show them a single click. Show the effect.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll give it to you.
Now we have about 15 minutes left in the room too.
Yeah, sorry about that. But anyway, we're going to try to show if we can here. We have an architect solution to the financial transfer file. I think you'd be fascinated with it, that anticipates all these things. Because we have dynamic control, because you have to be online to download the music, right? So right there we have keys of the kingdom, right? We have access to our audit trail, we have access to all these things, so we can dynamically alter. And the beauty of it is what happens, just so you know, I'll cut to the chase real here, is we issue something that has one set of amulets to it. Then we have what we call reissue amulet authorization, which says, I bought something. Now what happens is that behind the scenes, the device I authorized for, or the devices, they get an amulet gets created on the fly from those things, tied to that original song, now gets emitted in your own name because you paid for it, whatever, and you have this right. So nothing ever gets, you never get involved as a user. It's literally click, click, and you're getting the play devices on whatever. But also you have the dynamic behavior. Anytime it's played, you're online, so boom, you turn it off. The author can say, no, I don't authorize you anymore to see this thing. This is up here. He's going to show you when we receive the message for the recipient, what they see and just how seamless it is. And then we're going to send an email using the single click method. Once you've set up a user that has this association with an amulet and you choose to use that same, it's just single click to send it secured from that point forward for the rest of the time. Assuming you want to keep those same picture. Okay, so eventually.
Could you add this to the digital content on a physical DVD of a movie so that they couldn't then record it and send it to people?
Absolutely. The movies that we put out are also digitized. We've done as big as we've done Blu-ray, 50 gigabyte movies.
Okay.
And what happens is that each segment of that, it can be, and you're optional, you can use one amulet to cover the whole thing, but essentially each one, as I said, is streamed out, which is natural, obviously, for film. But as it's streamed out, that thing is re-authenticated each time. So all the user ever has in their memory or in their visibility input to the player is one. Okay, so what happens when the system comes up and the recipient gets this thing, you'll see that you have two windows. This window here that you're seeing here is at our control. It's an application, and this is we don't have our an obfuscating viewer here. We have an obfuscating viewer then that does some tricks, video tricks, so you can't take audio, you can't take analog images of this or screenshots or whatever. It puts artifacts in the image. Now you're not seeing it here, you'll see it, there's a demo of it on our website, which I think you guys know the address of that, but we don't have plugged in here, we don't have time. But this is our express, this is the cap, this is what the user sees who's authorized. Okay? And so what happens is that what the unauthorized user is what's behind it, and that's all, the important key here is that's all Outlook knows, is that. This here is being provided as a view to an authorized, this one on the right, is being provided as an authorized view of those encrypted assets there. And you see we passed them for convenience, we passed them that XML that file you see there is actually an amulet hive. We've passed to them so they can decipher this with it, because it's all cipher, they can't do anything else with it, and we can validate a whole bunch of other stuff. So in essence, that's it from the receivers. Say this all happens automatically, they never know. The AMUmail got downloaded automatically as soon as we saw that it was in the system. So that's all seamless. Now, if you go ahead and send another email, just doing a click through, use one thing, just go ahead and click on a new email again. Use the same, you have to use the same exact sender.
So that was good, right?
Was it from Outlook? I thought, okay, whatever. How you did it, do it exactly for, so it's the same sender with the same receiver. Because I think you got it Outlook to Outlook. I think it was originally ViewSender to Certitude Digital. Okay, Scott, you
okay.
read it. There you go. Okay, now try. Okay, now you go drag that down so you can see. Now you see, you don't see all that garbage you saw before. Now it recognized behind the scenes that you already had set up an amulet before and previously for this viewer. It recognized the sender and viewer are matched, It says, okay, you have the, now you can go ahead and click on that and do them if you want to, but now you just click send email, click it. And boom, it just goes. So once you have this in the, once you have a relation in the system or whatever with an email sender, for the rest of all time, their stuff can be sent, secure to them. They can send you new, versions of their ricochet at it periodically from time to time. But there's a lot of ways of being bad. Okay, so yeah, I show them the new one as it comes in.
But if I did want to send a Word file that was, I wanted them to be able to edit from, I could do that too, right?
You can set
So I can
permissions.
set that permission
Yeah.
that they could
And it's just telling our viewer, which is our unique thing, it's how to interpret certain things in that area. You're telling our unique bit what you're gonna allow that user to do.
But if I send an email that I want to then destroy later, am I able to do that? And then on their, when they open it up on their Outlook,
You may-
it does, what happens?
It's very simple, because the nature of failsafe, military guy, right? The nature of failsafe is it's in a failsafe condition. You don't really have to do anything. All you have to do is make call it immutable, which is make the amulet immutable. You just set some conditions, you can't do that.
But on the email, I mean, you can't backup copy that of the OST or PST files or if your Office 365, that's not possible to do at all.
That's true,
So
and
you can't, I mean, all you could probably.
I couldn't do anything with the archive, but if the archive was properly constructed,
Well, or you basically encrypt it so it's not visible any longer.
Well-
So clear text is just.
one of our things to solve that problem.
That's one of the scenarios I'm gonna test.
Okay.
One of the criteria you may have seen in the editor is time. We say something is valid for a certain period of time, days, months, weeks, so it wouldn't meet that criteria, or you can set, and you can set it by oscillating. You can sit there and say, for example, only 8 to 5, 5 days a week, and you can't have Christmas.
Hmm.
There's all these things, those are in our time criteria, we need to get
Wow.
the editor out.
It's pretty rich profiles.
And we can extend that forever, and it really gets rich when you're online. And the reason it does is because I can sit there and say to you, I can send an amulet that says that you must go to, you have visibility of a certain website, meaning you have to have one be online. You have to be a certain website, a certain page, right? And I can automatically behind the scenes on your behalf, go to that page, and a certain code has to be there. And I'm sitting on the other side of the world, and I can sit there and change that code at will.